Let me ask you a question. How many different professionals are you paying for today? An investment advisor, an accountant, a lawyer, maybe even an insurance specialist, each charging their own fee, each working in their own silo. And here's the problem. They're not speaking together and you don't have anybody coordinating your financial life. That's why I use the total wealth strategy. It's one plan, everything integrated together. And in this video, I'll show you what it means and why it's such a powerful upgrade from traditional financial advice. Here's how many people experience wealth management today. You pay an advisor to manage your investments, you pay an accountant to file your taxes, you pay a lawyer to update your will, you pay an insurance broker to buy you coverage. Each one does their part, but who's making sure that they're all working together? Usually no one. This means you get overlapping and duplicate cost, conflicting strategies, and missed opportunities. The end result, you're paying more, but you're not actually getting more. What you're getting is fragmentation. Here's how Total Wealth is different. Instead of just getting investment management and a retirement projection, Total Wealth includes a complete integrated wealth plan. That plan covers your investments, which means you'll have a portfolio that is evidence-based, globally diversified, low cost, and risk appropriate. Your retirement, it'll help you answer questions like when can you retire? How much can you spend in retirement? And how can you structure your retirement paycheck in the most tax efficient way possible? There'll be a proactive tax review to make sure that you have things like proper account structuring, asset location, income splitting, and corporate planning if you're a business owner. And then there's estate and legacy planning, making sure your will, power of attorney, beneficiaries, and estate plan are all coordinated relative to your specific wishes. And to make sure that you and your family are protected, there will also be risk management to make sure that all areas of your life is protected from if you pass to if you become critically ill or disabled. And last is professional coordination. And that's just making sure that you, your accountant, your lawyer, and then your wealth management team are all on the same page. This isn't a replacement for your existing professionals like your accountant or lawyer, but it helps to make sure that everybody is working within their own subject matter specialization to make sure you're getting the best possible advice and not overpaying in fees. So why does integration matter? Let's be honest, the wealth management industry has trained people to be focused on investments alone. But the irony is that investments are the commoditized part. The real value in working with a professional wealth management team isn't just chasing returns. It's having a process and strategy for preventing leaks in your wealth in areas like tax, retirement, and your estate, as well as having that professional coordination. By integrating everything into one coordinated plan, you eliminate overlap, you gain clarity, finally understand how one decision impacts another. That's the real value of total wealth planning, and that's how you get the most out of the fees that you're already paying. And independent research shows the impact of integration. Vanguard study called Advisor to Alpha found that comprehensive planning can add about 3% net annual value. Morningstar's Gamma study found that optimized planning can boost retirement income by up to 29%. And Financial Planning Canada found that Canadians with comprehensive written financial plans are twice as confident at achieving their major life goals when compared to those without one. Those are real numbers measured across millions of Canadians. That's why a total wealth strategy isn't just another cost, it's an investment in better outcomes. So here's a real example. A client came to me with $1.5 million invested. They were working with a former advisor who had a portfolio that was doing decently well. They had an accountant who was filing their taxes, and they worked with a lawyer who updated their will about 10 years ago. But the issue is no one was talking. They were paying around 2% all in between advisory and fund fees, plus separate bills for the tax work and their estate planning. After moving to the total wealth strategy, their all-in cost dropped to about 1.2%, but more importantly, they were able to get answers to key questions like how do they draw down their RSP when converting it to a RIF, how to optimize their CPP and OAS timing, their estate plan was properly updated, and their tax liability was ultimately reduced. Their accountant and I made a proactive year-end tax plan. This allowed the accountant and I to make a proactive year-end tax strategy, as well as getting their estate plan properly updated with their lawyer and their long-term estate liability reduced. At the end of the day, we're working with the same amount of assets where they ended up paying lower cost, they'll have better outcomes, and more confidence. That's the power of an integrated total wealth strategy. So if you're tired of receiving fragmented advice, here's what you can do. Fill out the free self-assessment tool below to understand exactly where you are and potentially what the cost of fragmented advice could be. Because true wealth isn't just about having the best investment portfolio. It's about the confidence you receive when you know your whole wealth strategy is working together towards your long-term goals. That's what the total wealth strategy delivers.